We've seen a lot of weak economic data over the last few days, so how is that affecting the way CEOs are approaching their business decisions? For his thoughts, I'm joined by John Smith, CEO and President of Silver Standard Resources. Good to see you here.
Good to see you.
You know, it's funny, I was thinking in particular about your industry.
All right.
You've got to plan things out years in advance,
Yes.
from start to finish, planning, execution, and having product come out of mind. So when you look at what's happening day to day, how does that influence just the way you go about making your decisions long term?
And it's a very good point that really in the cycle of building a mine from the point that you find mineralization to the point that you're producing, it can be 7 years. So the here and now is very important to manage the short term, but we have to plan on a cycle that's over multi-years. So, you know, we do a lot of work in Central America and Mexico, and we have to look on that time horizon. So what might be difficult today is something that for the long term is a good place to be. So we always are looking at that 7-year horizon. We're principally driven about where's good resource, but the key tenets that we drive business on don't change. And you have to pay attention to the communities that they work. They have to respect you and believe that you're credible and you're going to do the right things. And I think if you do that, you can plan appropriately and make your business work.
Now, you are centered throughout the Americas. Which area is the most important region for you?
So our new build is in Mexico and in Peru, but we're existingly a producer in Argentina just now. So we produce between 8 to 10 million ounces per year in Argentina just now.
And there's some regulatory problems there now too, right, in Argentina?
Yeah, Argentina is an interesting place to work. And we've all heard the news about YPF and all those things to do with Argentina. But truthfully for us, we've been there for a number of years and we successfully get on with business. We know how to get our parts imported, we know how to manage the capital and so forth. So for us, really, the trick to the way to manage the country is having competent, capable people that are in there and have been doing it and understand the business and the country. And that's really how we get business done.
So in your 7-year horizon, what's the long-term outlook for demand? The uses for silver keep growing, I guess, especially on the industrial side.
That's right, it's a schizophrenic metal. Just now it's behaving like an investment safe haven. And really it's like a gold proxy, and the marginal ounce of silver is getting priced by investment decisions today. For me, coming into silver, and I came into silver only about 2 years ago from the bulk metals when I was working with BHP Billiton. The most interesting thing is what's happening in the industrial space for silver. So it's an old metal, silver's been hundreds of years, but the application of silver today is in the high-tech, high-end and medical industries, and they're all future growth areas. So as you think about silver, today, yes, it's played on and based on and priced on, it's an investment safe haven. But tomorrow it really is a strong industrial metal. And my view is 10 years out, it will be an industrial metal.
So give me an example that silver is used in that people might not commonly think of right now.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's a number. The first one is that silver is the most conductive metal there is. So when you think about that, and you think about everybody's got a smartphone nowadays and television screens, everything's getting flat, smaller and demanding more capability within the componentry. So they're looking for material that is super fast and can be used in those components. And silver plays a small part, but an important part in those builds and technology. The other one that's interesting, I always think, is that it's antimicrobial and antibacterial.
Yeah.
So it's nature's way of dealing with bugs. So you see everybody going around and rubbing their hands with sanitizers. Well, a coating of silver does exactly the same. So I think there's a lot of future applications around coatings and handrails and tables that I can see strongly for it. And it's not a big metal, it's only less than 1 billion ounces produced every year. So, there's a lot of growth prospects for silver industrial, which will pull the price through strongly through the years.
And in terms of your business, what's your biggest challenge or risk at the moment?
It's an interesting question because there's a few elements for us. There's the here and now, and you were talking about there's the 7-year issue. I think that for me what's become very clear is that as we do mining, it's less now about the resource and less about the engineering. What is going to help projects move along properly is the work that we do on the ground with the people around the mine sites, the local communities. So how we engage socially, how we prepare ourselves, how we present ourselves, how we engage socially is really going to drive the value for miners going forward. So we can find the resource, but it's how do you do it in a manner that the people that you're in the community with want to see you there, see the economic benefit, see the social benefit, and doing that sustained and long term. And I think companies that do that will really make the big mark in mining going forward.
John Smith, been good talking to you.
Good
Thanks so
talking to you.
much.
Thank you.
John Smith is with Silver Standard. I'm Rhonda Schaffler. This is Reuters.